Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sheep Get Sheared podcast. I'm your host, Austin Creed. We're going to do a little different thing today, my friends. So, a couple days ago, I did a news wrap that some of the supporters really liked on the show, so I figured, hey, I'll look at the news pretty much every day anyway, because I am a bad news addict, I guess. And so I figured, you know what, let's look at the news, and let's go through it together. And you'll get to hear exactly how I think about things in my head when I read it. So I'm on Apple News right now. I might even go on Twitter. Why the hell not? So I'm going on to my Apple News right now. Let's see. Front News says, Israel keeps pounding central Gaza as Palestinian death toll in hostage rescue raid raises to 274. Let me tell you guys something right now. I find it incredibly sick that people, no matter what Israel does, people will say that they're wrong. I'm sick of it. Now, do I think that all Palestinians should die? Of course not. That would be ridiculous. What I don't like, though, is where are people saying, hey, we blame Hamas because they're the ones who started this garbage. They're the ones who started this on the October attack. We need to hold them responsible. Where's their leadership? I've heard their leadership is in Turkey right now at 5-star villas. Why are we not having UN troops? Why are we not having Israeli special force? Why is Turkey a member of NATO? Why are they not helping Israel? Why? Do I need to go into the history of the Ottoman Empire? I love it. People don't know about the history of the Ottoman Empire. They were relevant even during World War I, and then they fell off the map. But they were very relevant for a very long time. Arguably since the fall of the Byzantine Empire during the sack of Constantinople. But of course, a lot of people, they don't care about that. Not irrelevant. Let's continue. I don't want to go on a whole spiel about Israel. I'll do it as time goes on. European Parliament re-elections. Why do I care about what the European elections do? Ever since they founded the EU, I'm going to make a very inflammatory statement, but I think it's relevant to the conversation. The EU did not exist not that long ago. You do realize, a lot of people don't know this, but it was Hitler's dream to have a united Europe under German control. And that's arguably that's what the European Union has become, which is achieving Hitler's dream of a unified Europe under German control. Oh, I know it's not technically under German control, but anybody who knows about the European Union knows what's really going on with what's happening in Brussels and everything else. I'm not trying to get people assassinating me. I can talk real reckless, you guys. I know a lot more than I let on, and I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let her rip. Of course, it is CNN, so you gotta take it with a grain of salt, considering how much fake news they put out, allegedly, of course. Let's see. Supreme Court strain intensifies as term ends approach. Let me tell you guys something. The Supreme Court is under fire because there's this thing called judicial activism, where the judges make law instead of interpreting law, they make law. And a lot of these Supreme Court justices used to do that, like Ginsburg, like Sotomayor, like Elena Kagan, like those types. And so for some reason, when they have people like Justice Alito, they got guys like Clarence Thomas on the Supreme Court, they actually want to follow what the Constitution and the forefathers actually wanted, and they're like, oh no, we don't want none of that. That's bullshit. We want there to be everything that's exactly the opposite. See, when we have so-called absolute freedom, we have anarchy. I know you think anarchy is right-wing, and it might technically be that way on the political spectrum by most people's estimations, but when we look at the policies of the so-called left wing in America, they are going exactly against everything that America has traditionally stood for. But I'm not going to get up here and sound like a talk show host who sounds like Mickey Mouse on Laughing Gas. You know what I'm talking about. The guy who all of a sudden he makes believe he's a talk show host who likes to, kind of browbeat college kids. I have nothing against him personally. I used to like him back in the day, but he's kind of going off the rail, and I've learned things about him that you might find unsavory, but I'll let things go where that may. My friends, I love doing the show. I love talking about these things, but I can guarantee you, I highly doubt I'll ever end up on a radio talk show host, because I wouldn't be a member of the conservative cartel. In case you guys didn't know, I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but you'll have to indulge me. It's my show. The conservative guys on the radio, like Levin and who's that, Bongino and all those other guys, you know that their agent is Rush Limbaugh's brother, may he rest in peace, and they all have the same agent? Oh, you didn't know that, did you? Yeah, now you know. Now you know why some people in the conservative movement exist and other ones don't. Because it's just like the left wing, it's run by a cartel, in my estimation. Sports. I'm not a huge sports guy. I know a lot of people love sports, and you can be intelligent and like sports. I'm not saying you can't. But when I look on USA Today and I see MLB players fear for their safety following death threats from gamblers, and I see the sports gambling has gotten out of control. I don't understand people who gamble, personally. I don't see any point in doing it. I think people should grow out of that kind of behavior. Unless you're a pro gambler, then go ahead. But if you're not a pro gambler and you just go gamble, I don't understand why you do it. I don't understand the appeal. If anything, it's ruined more lives than anything else. Alright, let's see what else we have here. Break trending stories. Oh, this should be great. Oh, I just got an alert. GOP left. I don't want to talk about the Republican Party. If you think I want to get up here and cape for the Republican Party, you're mistaken. It's both the Democrats and the Republicans who have bankrupted the country and have gotten us to where we are. Don't think I don't know it. Let's see, BuzzFeed. 19 secrets and confessions about marriage that married people would never say out loud. Oh yeah, that's great. Oh, you mean the fact that marriage is largely a scam? Women can leave whenever they want and take the stuff because statistically the men make more money. Are those the kind of secrets you're talking about? I doubt it. Should I click on it? Yeah, I'll click on it. What is it? Let's read these 19 secrets. What are we looking at here? Number 1. Taking intentional time apart. In other words, she wants to go to the hotel bar and hook up with Chad. Oh my God. I said, what's this person say? My husband makes himself scarce one night a week, so I have time to myself to do what I want. AKA, hook up with Chad, girls' nights out, go for a drink and get a guy's phone number and play with the idea of cheating on you. You think I'm joking. I'm not. Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 2, you don't have to change your last name. Oh my God. Gentlemen, don't get married. Oh my God, this is a disgrace. What do you mean don't change your last name? Does anybody know why they used to do this? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because back in the day, that was how people knew who was related to who, and it prevented inbreeding. It prevented accidental inbreeding, which is a huge problem in the black community, in case you didn't know it. And before you call me a racist, I did not come up with this. I've heard other black commentators talk about this, and there are multiple news stories about people finding out that they were like cousins or brother and sister from like a step brother and sister, and they didn't even know it after they did a DNA test. You don't believe me? Look it up for yourself. Number 3, never quit dating each other. In other words, your woman's not happy. She's not getting enough attention. She wants more from you. Guys, this is a news story I got on my news feed. You think what I talk about is in a vacuum? We talk about this on the show almost every single day. What else do we have here? Number 4, it's not the big things that drain you the most. It's figuring out dinner every night. Yeah, the pebble in the shoe. The same thing the Roman statesman used to talk about. I believe it was Cato the Elder. It was either him or, I don't remember the other guy's name. Persophanes? I don't know. All I remember is there was a Roman poet who said that the average person in Rome did not care about where the legions were going in Gaul. They didn't care about what Caesar was doing in his palace. They didn't care what the politicians and senators were arguing about on the Senate floor. They cared about the pebble in their shoe and about the gladiator games to come. Has anything really changed? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, they have a picture from the Up movie. Oh, God, this should be great. What's number 5? I'll read a couple more. Love comes in waves, and that is how it goes during the long haul. It takes a real commitment, but the highs will outweigh the lows. Okay, in other words, actually stay married. Okay, that's not bad advice. 6, marry your best friend. In other words, marry a gump who's going to provide for you. Okay, got it. Number 7, you're not going to like your partner from time to time. I hate the word partner. It is a stealth word. I think I did this last time. I talked about I did a news wrap like a couple days ago. I hate the word partner, and I'll tell you why. It is a stealth word for the LGBTQ community. It used to be something that they said all the time. Now it's a word that everybody uses for every relationship, and it is a total, it's a feminist ideology. I don't like it. Next, I'll go to 10. Marriage is like climbing a mountain. When one of you starts to slip, the other grabs their hand back and pulls you up. Of course, because that's usually the man. The man usually does that. Number 9, remember that your partner, I can't stand the word. It's such a stealth word. I hate it. Remember that your partner, I'm going to start saying, every time I see this now on, should I just use a country accent? Remember that your partner is human and allows you to make reasonable, quote, mistakes. What is not reasonable? In other words, if you're withholding in sex from me, is it realistic that I should then go to the jerk shack or go get a sugar baby? As their partner, they're looking to you for support and love. Oh, you get. Does anybody buy this? Look, I understand that people have emotional needs. I'm not blind to that. But there's an overemphasis on the mental health and not on the biology. Biology dictates I penetrate you. Pause. And for some reason, that's the hardest part of the relationship. The only thing that's not hard is the one thing that should be hard. Number 10. I'd say this out loud, but it takes effort. You have to try every day to show that person you love them. Speak their love language. Oh, God. Love languages. Don't get me started on love languages. It was just another way for men to try to be simp, basically. How to unlock a woman's key, a woman's lock every day. I can't read this anymore. I'm done with this garbage. See, guys, everything I talk about is validated in this news article by BuzzFeed. That's all I'm saying. What else? The number one benefit that keeps people happy at work. Finland. Finland went from being run by the Vikings to being run by the Valkyries, the choosers of the slain. They want to go and they want to take the men and send them off to war against Russia like Ukraine did. Look at how that's turned out for the world. I just mentioned Ukraine, and it's the next story. I didn't even look at it. Unbelievable. Ukraine says latest generation Russian jet fighter hits for first time. Oh, you mean the Russians haven't given up yet? Oh, no kidding. It's almost like they've never done that in world history. Again, I said this before, I'll say it again in fewer words. Ask Napoleon, ask Hitler, ask the Chinese. People don't really conquer Russia unless you are, wait for it, the Mongols. Alright, what else we got here? Toddler dies in diving creek? Oh God, that's tragic. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, God, the day wouldn't be complete if I didn't talk about Donald Trump. All right, let's talk about Donald Trump in the news. Judge in Trump's hush money case, you know this is by NBC, raises questions about social media posts claiming to preview jury verdict. Does anybody actually think that Trump is guilty? Real question is, does anybody here actually really hate Trump? Do I have anybody on the show, on the channel who hates Trump or loves Trump? I'm really curious because I feel like you have to be in one of those two camps. There are very few people, if any, who are neutral towards Trump at this point. You either think that he's the savior of the world or that he's Adolf come back from the dead at this particular point. What else? We have Putin. Putin warns he could provide weapons to attack the West. Oh my, almost like what we're doing to him. Wow, huge shock there. Judge dismissed in Hunter Biden gun trial. Oh, you mean the president's son is getting off again? Oh my God, that's shocking. Wow, you mean the government's corrupt? Wow, I'm shocked. Shocked! What? You mean Trump might go to jail? But the guy who literally who talks about when you talk about hush money, y'all heard about this scandal with Hunter Biden and the laptop and the big guy and the money? Oh, probably not, because you haven't read about it on Fox News or on CNBC. Let me tell you something. I will tell you this. Everything that they're saying that Trump did, in my estimation, Biden has done. I'll leave it at that before I get visited by the FBI. Actress speaks out about being pregnant at 54. Wow. That's disgusting. Okay, this is the kind of stuff that women will do, and then they'll say that they don't need no man, but they somehow need our seed. Hey, go ahead. Ruin that kid's life. What do I care? It's not my business. Let's see. Biden enlists Qatar and Egypt to pressure Hamas. Good luck. And it backfired. Oh my, shocking. Oh, you mean the radical Muslims would rather side with each other than with you? Wow, that's wild. You almost like Egypt's run by the Muslim Brotherhood, who hates you and hates America, and Qatar is also run by radical Muslims who hate you. Wow, I could never have guessed that. Mom shares controversial opinion on why she doesn't return grocery carts. What the? This is a news story? What the hell is this? This is stupid. I don't understand. Why is this even relevant? More sports, not interested. I don't understand how people watch sports day and night. It's exhausting. I don't understand how people do it. Oh God. Oh hell no. It says opinion. Who's next in line after President Kamala Harris? If Harris becomes president, America is officially done. By the way, in case you don't know about Kamala Harris, she, in my estimation, in my reading of history, she only got to become who she was in San Francisco because she slept her way to the top, especially with Willie Brown. And she was really harsh on the very things that she now talks about. Oh, I was good on crime. No, you were very harsh on minorities in San Francisco. Oh, yeah, you didn't know about that, did you? Oh, boy, how much more of this can I take? What else is in the news? Hottest place on earth is crackling from the heat. Oh, boy, Al Gore, paging Al Gore. Please go there and give a conference. Paging Leonardo DiCaprio. Please go there with your jet of bimbos and go over there and talk about global warming meanwhile you're going on a Gulf Stream. These frauds, these mooks, these bums. You have no idea how much I hate these people. They're disgusting. It's all about money. It has nothing to do with saving the world. If there was more money, if there was the money in green energy that there is and the money in the government contracts, they wouldn't be screaming for it. What else is in the news I want to talk about? Anything? Oh, the United Nations. The United Nations is a complete dumpster fire, a complete disaster. In case you didn't know about the UN peacekeepers have a gigantic, big rape problem amongst they have a huge rape problem in the countries they go to. But don't tell that to CNBC or CNN. Trump forgoes moderates to juice the base after his conviction. Well, that would make sense, considering that they're going after him, and he raised most money I think anybody's ever raised in the history of campaigning after his conviction, which nobody else covered from what I've seen except for the conservatives in the media. Biden visits American cemetery in France. that Trump skipped. Okay, great. Congratulations, Biden. Maybe you could fix the economy the way that Trump did when he was president. What else is in the news? I've had enough. I think I've had enough. I don't see anything that's really worth talking about. My friends, let me know what you thought. If you have anything you want to add, please do. I'd love to hear it. But my friends, if you like it, you enjoy it, let me know. Give me your thoughts, opinions. I'd love to hear it. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Peace.